Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, guys? It is your boy Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction. If you're new here, thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. Uh if you missed Saturday's stream, we did cover a bunch of K-pop releases that have come out recently. So if you are normally here for our normally scheduled programming, then you can go check that out. Should have everything hopefully updated very soon. Had a little bit of a hectic weekend, so did not get the chance to finish those editing, but by this time everything should be up to date. So very nice. We are doing Band-Maid. I believe this would be part 3. So if you are watching, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Huge shouts to Gunky since they were the one who suggested to do this. So we'll be continuing on. I think we'll be finishing it all out by this upcoming Wednesday. So come join us if you have not. And if you've missed a couple previous parts, feel free to come back and watch those. But very nice. I believe we ended off on Endless Story. We ended off on Screaming, excuse me. And then Endless Story was the one we were starting off with tonight. So very excited. Other than that, I think that should be it. That was about everything that we had to cover for at least my shopkeeping. So very excited. Kaylee, hello. Thank you for hanging. Gunky, hello. Who is Band-Maid? I don't know. I don't know who they are. We're still learning. Unhi, yo, what's going on? Very nice. Very nice. All right, cool. Well, I don't want to belligerent you guys in terms of my commentary because I feel like I talk enough. So if you've missed out anything, join Discord. That's always a pinned link in the comments. So please come hang out. Would love to see you. We cover a multitude of different stuff. So come through. Would love to see you. But yes, we are starting off with Endless Story. I believe we have checked this video out live on stream at a prior time. So very excited. But Endless Story celebrates the journey of self-discovery, finding purpose, and embracing the fleeting yet beautiful moments in life. So very nice. Gunky says, I am correct on the starting point, and we are starting off on the calmer side. Hey, let's go. Listen, I'm down. I wore a metal hoodie today since it's been cold in Pennsylvania, so I'm ready. So let's get into it. I'm ready for the heavy. Sarah, hello. Thanks for hanging.
広い会場でみんなと大合唱したいねって歌った。そのために作った曲は一緒に歌ってくれる？声聞かせて。
Connie, hello. Thank you for hanging. Mickey was hitting those high falsetto tones. Wow. indeed. Hello. That is all right. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. The build in this is cool. I like this in the bridge. Nice. This is a cool moment. I like this. That's a big stadium. Wow. That would be a cool stadium to see a show in. That's cool. Very nice. All right. That was Band-Maid's Endless Story to start off the stream. Very nice, very nice. Gungi says that the lyrics in the song are so good, and this was the closing out of their 10th anniversary tour. That makes sense. I feel like I feel like they normally, from what I gathered from the online, I noticed that they at least stream, I think, most of their final tours, like final shows of tour. I'd imagine that might be more of a current thing because of the pandemic that we had a few years ago. So like he says, I agree. Would love to go see a concert there. They like to do that. That is true. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I have listened to this one already. Faithfully on here as well. So if you want to go back and check out my first thoughts on it, probably a little long, little times ago. you can watch that. But I really did enjoy this song. I think if anything, I appreciate it now on a second listen. I think specifically for me with this one, I appreciate that this one is more melodic. I feel like a lot of their songs, not to say that their songs aren't particularly melodic, but I felt like for this one, I just really enjoyed um like the openness of this song. I think they did a great job of like incorporating ensemble vocals. I did notice that sometimes both Miku and Konami, were doing vocals in this song, which was really cool. I obviously know Miku does it in a more consistent way, but I did notice that Konami throughout a couple songs have done it, and I felt like this one specifically, you could hear more of her vocal tonality, which was cool. But I like this one a lot. I think I liked it when we first listened to it, but I think there's just a lot more uh I think there's a lot more meaning behind it just from the aspect of I loved that they um I love that they are so like interesting in their stylistic choice. Like to me it's cool to hear like obviously songs that are heavier and more in that like metal fashion, and not to say that this isn't either, but I love that there's just like so much more melodic moments. I also appreciate that there's a lot more engagement. I would imagine more so in like the interaction of the crowd. Like they have a lot of moments where I feel like they want you to participate in the song. And to me, I love that. I think that to me is like I feel like one of the paramount and more important pieces of going to a live show is just like really being invested in the show, and to me I feel like this one was one where I was like, damn, like I'm not there, but I feel like they want me to be a part of that journey and that experience. So I love seeing that. And I think I think they do such a fantastic job of making you feel like you're a part of the show, whether you're watching it in the live video now on like, YouTube or what have you. Or if you're actually at the show in the crowd, I think you can still get the same level of engagement and same level of like longing in the show. So I appreciate that. I also really enjoyed both Miku and uh, Saki's vocals in this song. More specifically Saki. I think I talked about it a little bit the first time I listened to it, but man, her voice in this song is so good. I think more specifically, I just really enjoyed like the ending part of the song where she was like again doing a little bit of spoken word parts, but then as well as that, like really trying to like dig in deep for her vocals as like it being the closeout show, um 10th anniversary show. You could tell that she kind of just wanted to give it her all, and I appreciate that a ton because I think as artists, seeing them on stage, like you kind of hope that they give it their all anytime they're on stage. And I feel like with Saiki, I'm always like, yeah, like I feel like she always delivers. I also really liked Miku's voice in this. She was definitely hitting some like higher registers in this song, and like doing like a lot of that like bright overtone that I feel like Saki was holding, kind of like that mid-range tone down, and so I appreciate that a ton. But yeah, I think the instrumentation as a whole is pretty straightforward. I don't think there was anything where I was like I wasn't like blown away. I feel like some other Band-Maid songs, I'm just like, damn, like the instrumentation is impressive in the song. I felt like there's definitely some spurts in the song where I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like this. But overall, I'd say it's pretty straightforward. And I would also argue for this song specifically, while I don't feel like it is a very good representation of what I like entirely of what Band-Maid does, I do feel like it gets your toes wet, certainly. And if you are new and you haven't heard of Band-Maid before, I think this would be a really good song to check out first, just because I think, there's a lot of engagement. There's a lot of like feel good moments in the song that I think would translate to new listeners really well. But also at the same point, it's not like I feel like it gradually initiates you into that metal genre, which can be a little bit abrasive, no pun intended, certainly. So I think this is a really good kind of middle ground where the song is really catchy and really infectious, but also kind of has like the roots, grounded in metal music. So I appreciate that a ton. So yeah, I do like this one a lot. Is it my favorite Band-Maid song? I would say it's pretty. I would say it's pretty up there. I would say it does miss the mark a little bit in terms of what I think is like a Band-Maid song, but I do feel like this one does have a lot of great elements to it, and it certainly is a good song in their catalog nonetheless. So very cool. Okay, so Gonki said I just watched the final live concert online Sunday at 3 a.m. It was amazing. Then they announced a world tour in Europe, America, and Asia. I'm so excited to potentially see them again next year. Very nice. Yeah, I did see that. So hopefully, when dates are announced, I'll have to see where they'll be at. So, and it was the final concert of 2025. That's what I thought. I was curious if they stream every final concert of the year. So that's good information to know. So very nice. All right. Well, we're going to keep it moving. The next one we have on the list for tonight is Glory. This explores themes of breaking free from societal expectation, embracing individuality, and finding empowerment through the express emotions without hesitation. And it continues to seek personal growth and fulfillment. This is the ending song for the anime Yu-Gi-Oh! V Reigns. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know which Yu-Gi-Oh one this was, so I'll have to check it out. I have listened to Yu-Gi-Oh extensively in terms of their songs, so I'm curious which which Yu-Gi-Oh series this is from. But anyway, let's check it out. Oh.
定型にとらわれて点数が決まりきってあれそれこれそれもうねいつと言うどうしてを切る前に無理だって壁を張って議論のない理想もないだクーリンねクーリンねクーリンね一瞬でも同じじゃない自分自身を切り開いてこう迷い込んでもまだ先へ閉ざせない想いを Oh, the whole wide world 感情を吐き出せ何回だって塗り替えて Only glory the whole wide world 真相を超えて想定外も楽しめよ Over and over 確率確かめたって感情は何パーセントほらまだそっちにして Which 可能性に分化して加速する無限ループこうじゃないああじゃない Be quiet シンクラリティ恐れず Go ahead 欲望をかき立てる
Halftime?
誰にも潰せないよ結末は一つじゃない相手す存在糧にして
Sounds like 4. Huh.
感情を吐き出せ何回だって塗り替えて Only glory the whole wide world
I like this like shuffle, the drumming. That's cool.
想定外も楽しめよ Over and over まだ見えない明日は誰かのものじゃない巡り回る世界に
nice. Ooh, that was a cool transition. All right, very cool. This was Glory from Band-Maid. Um, I enjoyed this. This was nice. I definitely think it is a solid song. Gungi says that this is a solid song, but nothing is crazy. To me, nothing is crazy. That's fair. Kanye says it's a nice song. Very cool. I enjoyed this. There is definitely, I think probably my, and I want to preface this as an issue, but I will say for me, I think what lessens the value, at least for me on this song slightly, is that I don't know if they went to a different producer for this song or mixed it differently, but I will say I feel like this song is off. Like there's something about it. Like normally I feel like this song has like a lot of cool kind of like dynamic overtones to their songs, and I'm always very like, ooh, wow, this sounds great. I like this. I feel like if I had to guess, and again, I'm gonna take this at very face value because I feel like YouTube also compresses it to some degree. I've talked about it in length at this point, so I'm not gonna indulge on going into that further. But I do feel like the song is a little crushed, and what I mean by that is, I think like I can't tell if it's Miku's guitar or it's Misa's bass, but I feel like there's something about the song that doesn't seem as dynamically colorized, and I either attribute it to either just a bass tone not sitting as like bass heavy in the song, making it feel more dynamic, or they changed up like Miku's guitar tone, because I feel like her tone sounds either really interesting or definitely like a little crushed. And I think to me, like what would separate this from being like a really good song, and I think the actual song itself is really good. I find that the mix, or the structuring of the song in an instrumental fashion is very odd. I think that kind of just throws me for a loop. And I was just trying to figure out, like, while listening to the song, I was like, I enjoy a lot of the elements of it. I actually enjoy like the guitar work. I enjoy the bass playing, the drumming sick. Like the vocals are incredible from both Miku and Psyche. But I just can't put my finger on it. I just feel like the production just seems a little off. Just because again, I know how vibrant they are on the production side. So to me, it just feels like a song that is like a 7.5, 8, but it could be like a 9. You know what I mean? So I think that definitely holds it back in my opinion slightly. So I don't know if they went to someone different just because of this, and because it was a part of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime potentially. So I don't know if they had like somebody else doing it, but I don't know. There's just something about the song that was just like a smidge off. And I think if they used a production that they've typically used in the past for their music, I think this kind of honestly could have been a top contender for me in terms of favorite Band-Maid songs. But yeah, I just thought it was odd. Some positives, at least I'll go over those because I feel like I was a little bit negative. I feel like this song is great. I love the like that really cool kind of like fun guitar riff between both Miku as well as Konami. I think that is so much fun, like that da 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 da, the very like chromatic like ascending riffs. I think was so cool, so I appreciate that a ton. I also really liked I think for me, like a lot of the nuance about the song is like the drum switches. There's a few moments where Akane was doing like either like kind of like a more like hi-hat snare, like kind of more of a like robust beat, and I love that. There are some moments where I feel like she was doing maybe like potentially like halftime as well. I think to me that was like there was just like little bits and pieces that I know that Band-Maid has done, and I'm like, damn, this was really sick. But I was kind of surprised. I think this one definitely is them. Like if I on paper, like I still feel like this is very much a Band-Maid song. I just think the production is just off, and that's what kind of just throws me is like the production was stellar, like it has been so far. I think this one would again be in my top favorites. So I'm a little surprised, a little surprised. So Gunky says, I feel like they went for a safe anime song. Online, it says they wrote and produced it, so I wonder if the company behind the anime had some says on things. That could be. I'm not gonna rule that out certainly, but yeah, I feel like this one. I feel like this one had the potential to be really good, and it still does. But I don't know. The mix on it was very interesting. I also gotta look now. I gotta just look up. I'm curious what generation this was now. Yo, V Reigns. Huh. I do not remember this. This might have been okay. So 27. Okay, it came out May 2017. So I wasn't even close. Okay, very nice. All right, cool. My my commentary has been answered. We're gonna keep it moving though. The next one we've got on the list is Smile. This encourages listeners to be listeners to persevere through hardships, hold on to their dreams, and embrace the transformative power of a genuine smile. The band's message resonates with anyone's facing obstacles in life, and serves as a reminder to never stop moving forward, spreading happiness along the way. That is a sweet message. We love that. So very nice. Let's keep it strolling. We've got Smile next. If it's gonna load. We're looking good. Oh, acoustic. It's a gorgeous acoustic. Both of them. Full band. That's cool. Little bass solo. Cool.
It's
All right, very cool. This was Band-Maid Smile. If you're hanging out, thank you for hanging. Let's see. Gunky wanted to retract their comment on this being a really popular song. This is the acoustic version. Connie says that they like this. Polo, thank you for hanging. Manifest just dropped a banger 3 days ago. Just saying, we'll have to check it out. Honestly, I feel bad because a we did a catch up stream on Saturday, so hopefully we'll be able to check it out soon. So, um, he says, so we started on Conqueror album last stream and we continued on with it. This album has a lot of softer songs until you hit the bottom quarter of the album where all the hard and heavy songs were. Many fans at the time thought they were going soft. Interesting, interesting. I always find it. I'll probably go on a little bit of a tangent after this, but I want to talk about the song. I really enjoyed this a lot. I feel like, especially for metal bands, I feel like there's always this stigma, and maybe it kind of leads into my comment anyway. But I feel like there's always a stigma with metal artists that like they can't do acoustic songs, or like everyone will be like, everybody is on the keyboard saying, "Oh my god, they went soft. I can't believe it," And I feel like, to me it always kind of grinds my gears a little bit, because I'm like, I understand as fans, we're very connected to this music, right? And I think, to me it's like, I understand when people type stuff or get upset that bands go in a softer direction. And to me, I feel like at first, I will say, like, many moons ago, I used to kind of be in a similar sort of thought process, right? I can't believe they're going soft. But I feel like, for me, I've always appreciated band. And I think now, like, I have a lot of respect for bands who do this, because I think, for me, it's like, it's never going to be about me, right? It's always going to be about whoever the band is, right? Like, the band is going to do what they want to do, and you have to respect that, right? And I think, to me, like, whenever I hear like bands do acoustic songs or do softer songs, like, I think, to me it's always cool to see that barometer of what they're capable of doing. You got a song that just like has a lot of meaning behind it, has like a lot of semblance, and I love that, because I think, to me, like, it shows that there's just so much, like, there's so many more facets to what artists do. And to have a song that allows you to just say you just need to smile and make it through the day is like such a crucial thing. And I think a lot of artists need to talk about that, and I'm glad that Band-Maid is doing that. And obviously, shout outs to other bands that bring a lot of representation to that, because it's an important message to live by. And while I feel like most people don't always feel like that all the time, this might mean something to somebody when they're in their darkest hour. So I feel like now, going further, it's like something that I really treasure and like really kind of savor a little bit more. So I really love that. I feel both Miku and Konami did a great job. Like, their guitar tones sounded incredible. I also just think that like Miku is such a great pair with Saiki, because their voices sounded incredible in the song. I really enjoyed that. I also really loved when Akane and Misa came into the song. I feel like they also added like their bit of flair to the song, but still kind of keeping it very respectful of the rest of the song, and I appreciate that. I will say, like, Misa went off a little bit off track, but honestly, it was so cool to see her kind of doing like a little bit more riffing and like playing a little bit outside of the box, and I love seeing that, because I think it worked out really well in this song specifically. But I really enjoyed this. I think, to me, like, I appreciate just the love of them doing something very emotionally supportive to them. And I think, again, as fans, especially if you love the band, I feel like you should be supportive of what they do. Doesn't mean you have to like everything, but I feel like there is a level of supportiveness that comes with the territory, certainly. So I thought this was great. I think this is definitely a sleeper song for me. I did not know that they had like more softer type songs, but I really enjoyed this a lot. I think in my opinion, I think they did a really fantastic job with this one. So I liked it. Gunky says if you look at their releases after this album, you can definitely see they didn't go soft, but they still do make soft songs, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think, I I think like people judge or run to online once things aren't what they should be, right? And like I said, I think it always goes back to my commentary of like, you can have an opinion on the band, but you are not in the band. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I view music. You know what I mean? Like, the people that make the music, if they're happy with what they're making and they love what they're doing and what they're putting out there, then that's great. And I think if you want to support that, great. You have the avenue to support it. If you love their older releases, you still have their older releases. If you love their new stuff, you still have their new stuff. I just think that, like, if you're looking at it from the angle of like, oh, well, what are they doing for me? Then like, I feel like you should really be looking at it from the lens of like, how is this affecting me? Like, why does their musicality or why does their writing hit me as an individual? And I think that was kind of the catalyst for me to kind of change my opinion on, like, again, people upset about soft songs or like, you know, the way that bands go direction wise. Like, I think you have to kind of take yourself out of that equation. So, but enjoyed this a lot. I didn't mean to go on a rant. So if you are watching this because of my rant, I mean, hey, if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. So very cool. Smile was sick. I did enjoy this. So, we are keeping it moving though. The next one we've got is Bubble. Bubble is a reflection on an illusionary nature of life, the pursuit of perfection, on the importance of seeking authentic connections. The lyrics convey a sense of discontentment with social norms and a desire to break free from superficiality. Hey, let's go. We're getting some big fucking words on this on this text screen. And I think I'm doing all right. I'm making it work. So, Goggy says, Brandon, I think you will really like Bubble, which is next. Very nice. All right. Well, we're going to find out. Check it out. Ooh. Wow. That double bass push, dude. Cool.
But why not? 計画的秩序じゃね
Huh.
出口求めて始まりどっちじゃ倒れてゆくありもしなくても信じ続けるよ 一人一人マインタラボイス歌方の夢罠にはまるパーフェクトなんてない forever 予想された現実が私を呼んで Wake me up Wake me up でも高鳴る鼓動は望む人さが Wake me up もう戻らない
Very nice. All right, this was Band-Maid Bubble. Very nice, very nice. I did enjoy this. This was very cool. I liked it. I think to me, what I appreciate most about the song is like the tonal variation of this track. Like on paper, I feel like this is not what up to this point is not what I feel like I would have expected Band-Maid to do. So I like hearing that. I feel like this one is like a very danceable song. Like weirdly enough, like it does have like a very cool kind of like I think it has a lot to do with like the guitar, like that really fun, like sharp guitar, like melody choice that Konami's doing, but like also big salutes to Akane as well, like that cool kind of like hi hat, like snare trill kind of thing she's doing. I thought that was really sick. Um, but I will say that this one, I think, if you're looking for a song that has a very diverse landscape of rhythm, then you're definitely gonna love this song. Because again, I think the drumming in this song is really fun, very dynamic. There's a lot of cool moments where not only I feel like you've got the typical like you got like the typical kind of like punk beat, but like in a different fashion. Like I noticed that Akane was doing like a lot of those like double bass like push or like maybe I don't think they were triplets, but definitely sounded like a double beat, which I thought was really fun. Push the song along in a really nice way. But I also really appreciate that that the song had like a lot of use of halftime. Like I feel like Akane definitely went out and did like a lot of like those big open like halftime sections, especially in the chorus. I feel like in that second part of the chorus, you got like that da 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 da, da and then she's kind of doing that like snare and like cymbal hit to just kind of open the song up more. I really like that. I think they did a great job. It really makes that song feel that much bigger. I feel like the only part of the song where I don't want to say confused. I'll probably give it another listen certainly, but I feel like the bridge of the song was definitely one where I kind of like I made faces. I was like, this is very interesting. I feel like I will have to go back and give that a listen again, but it was a little odd. It was a little odd. I think it was like just the right amount of quirky for me, but it's definitely like a little bit odd, I think, in its arrangement, and that's probably why I was like, where is this going? I do feel like the like slow build out of the song and then to speed up and then get into that like again that fast punk beat and then to have obviously the chorus take over, I thought was really cool. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I feel like another crucial component of the song was definitely Misa on the bass. She was throwing down. There's like a lot of cool like bass slides and stuff that just kind of made the song feel like more dynamically fun. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I probably would put this is very close to favorites. Like I definitely liked a lot of the moments. I think the bridge is probably like the only section where I feel like I had to dock it points because I was just kind of lost a little bit on it. But overall I thought it was very sick. Like I said, I've enjoyed a lot of the Band-Maid songs we covered over the past 3 streams so far. Some I'm familiar with, some I'm not, but this was one that I haven't heard, but I definitely enjoyed it. So Gungi says they definitely do have some songs that are danceable. Yeah, I feel like this one is high on the danceability scale for sure. Gungi says we're now going to take a brief break from the Conqueror album so Band-Maid can take over. Oh, Band Michael, excuse me, can take over. This was a special album release. Very nice. This was Gioncho, reflects on the beauty of the allure of the Gion district in Kyoto. Through the lyrics, the songs captures the essence of this tradition of geisha district while also highlighting the personal journeys and experience of the individuals who inhabit it. Very nice. All right, cool. I feel like I'm gonna get a little bit of, especially if this is shot in Kyoto, I'm gonna be very upset because I do badly want to visit Japan. So anytime I have to, every time I had to watch a video where I'm like, is this in Japan? I'm like, fuck, man, I just would really like to travel to Japan. So we'll keep it going. Let's get into it. Let's get into Gioncho. Wow.
起こしやすおきによろしを頼申します赤くやんわりとも擬音調肌かんざしの彩りは移り変わり今日はお盆の夜桜はまだかいな遠いな言っといてやまっすぐ前みんな愛のずっと引き上げ切り開かなかしまへん当てさの人生でしょ言い上げた日本髪うなじの二本足白に生える紅円本魂込めたがらり帯締めても
Cool section. Wow.
こぼ鳴らして歩くんはうちの心ラコ言っといでやまっすぐ前みんな出せ愛のずっと引き上げ切り開かなかしまへん当てさの人生でしたら好きにしたら永遠ねや憧れてた都で大きを覚めて夢のよう離り舞うのへ機嫌やお遊びしてくれや今宵は何して遊びましょう水も無水も知ってこそお座敷遊びの心へ千社札でご挨拶おもてなしに花を添えてお酌おかわりどうでしょうかまたのお越しをはよ帰るやつまっすぐ前見のどせおいどすっと引き上げ切り開かなかしまへん当てさんの人生なんでしょう好きにしたら永遠ねや憧れてた都で大きを覚めて夢のよう離り舞うの興味懐かしいことねカリカコに擬音に恋し一人心決めてきたんだ歴史を誇ることへと我忍ぶに誇りを持っていつかのエリカへを胸にここからまた始まりなんだよろしゅうお頼申しますお頼申します
All right, very cool. This was band Maiko and their song Gioncho. Very nice. Um Very cool. I know we did check out a band Maiko song in the last stream, and I really liked them. I I feel I know this. I know that Gunky had put in the commentary about the song or about these songs collectively was that it was a April Fool's Day joke, right? But I gotta say, like I no like no pun intended. I don't feel like there's anything I don't think there's anything jokey or funny about it. Like, and that I'm not saying like I didn't like. I'm not saying I didn't get any enjoyment out of it, certainly. But like, I think to me, it's like I appreciate the like heritage of it. I know like what originally amounted to like, oh well, we're gonna release this as like a haha funny like April Fool's Day joke. Like, I think it's really incredible writing. Like, obviously, some songs that they have written for themselves, but also have like again that sort of like traditional Japanese touch on it. I don't know if this was an original or if they redid this one to kind of have the reflection of that. But I really did. I did really enjoy this a lot. I think it's gorgeously written, and I think whenever whenever I feel like artists can combine like their natural heritage into a song and it really seem like it is still very much them, but also paying homage to people who have written and used these instrumentation before them. Like, I think to me it owes them I think not only I think it owes a lot of respect to the band, certainly, but I feel like it also is showing a lot of respect to the people who had made the artistry before them, and so I love seeing that. I think it's really, really cool. I think this, like, again, combines a lot of that cool traditional instrumentation into metal music, so I think that's also really cool. Another, and again, uh not to say like tit versus tat, like this is great, but I feel like I also got to give them a shout out. There's this band that now is big. I know they just toured with Baby Metal. Shout outs to them as well. But there's this band that opened for them on that tour, and they're called Bloody Wood, which is like a combination of metal music and like Bollywood, like Indian, like Hindu type music. And I think that is to me also another really good example of like modern like metal music infused with like cultural aspects. And so I love being able to check those out because I love different cultures. And I think again, Bloody Wood's incredible, and obviously I love Band-Maid as well. So this was such a cool kind of cross between those two worlds. Um, and yeah, also got to give a shout outs for them to like literally play in like geisha outfits. I feel like that probably was not easy to do. So also got to give them a lot of credit for it. But I enjoyed the song. The instrumentation is gorgeous. The vocals were incredible in the song. The lyrics are really sentimental. I don't know the accuracy of them. I would like to say I would like to hope that they're somewhat accurate, but I love the kind of like again homage and the love towards Kyoto. I feel like that's so cool to see. So very nice. I enjoyed this. Very much. So Guggy says the first song release was this EP was not an April Fool's. This is also a completely original song of theirs, not a remake like the previous one. Okay, cool. Thank you. This was a great song then. I enjoyed it a lot. So very nice, very nice. All right. Well, we're keeping it moving. The next one we've got on this list is Wonderland. Wonderland explores the feeling of escapism through music, potentially referencing the band's own music and its impact on the listeners. Lyrics, particularly in the chorus, may contain echoes of other band-made songs, suggesting a connection to their past work and a hope that their music will resonate with people in the future. That is always, I feel like, the biggest goal of artistry. So, which I love to see. So very nice, very nice. All right. Well, let's get into Wonderland then. And we are now back on Conqueror. Very nice. Okay, cool. Let's keep it shrooming.
偶発的な言葉じゃないとちゃんと証明してほしいの短絡的じゃ好みじゃないの触れてみせてよ
intro. Wow. Go Psyche. Halftime again. Nice. All right. This was Band-Maid's Wonderland. Very sick, very sick. I enjoyed this a lot. I think the instrumentation at first, I didn't know where it was gonna go, if I'm gonna be honest. I was like, what are they gonna do with this song? Like, what's gonna make it different? Um, I guess kind of to make a little bit of a broad brushstroke, I do feel like Band-Maid, especially in this section of songs that we've listened to so far, have all been very different in like their process, songwriting, like tonality. They've all been very different in a good way. Like I love again when artistry and bands kind of step out of that comfort zone a little bit more. Like I think what people sometimes latch on is the familiarity, right? And so I feel like when you can see growth in artists from like front to back, it's just cool to see like again how much differentiation this is. Like the song is so interesting and I've really enjoyed it. I think again I gotta give a shout out to Akane. I really love her drumming. I think um she's especially talented in getting in certain parts of the song where I wouldn't necessarily think like, oh wow, okay, like I wouldn't have imagined it would make that much of a difference. But I find that every time that I've said that, I've almost bit my ass I bit myself in the ass more times than I could think of saying that. And I'm like, damn, this was also really cool. And so I really loved like a lot of like again that double bass like push a little bit in her song in her parts of the song. I think that's really cool. Again, the more usage of that halftime situation, I think that's great. I don't know if it's necessarily just maybe this album. Like I feel like all of the songs where I feel like they've done different things have been on Conqueror. So I don't know if this is considered maybe one of their more experimental releases, but um, I feel like with each song, I'm always like, damn, like there's something different that goes on about the song. But I really enjoyed this a lot. I think another standout member from me in this song specifically was Saiki. She sounded incredible in the song. She was doing like a lot of great like falsetto and like higher register vocals in this song. And I was like, damn, I was like, I know Miku can definitely get up there vocally, certainly. But I was like, to hear Psyche, I definitely like that a lot. And she sounded incredible in the song. Like definitely some of her like I would argue probably some of her harder songs to sing vocally, just in a higher register. But man, it was so good. It was also very, very, very different. I also really like the guitar solo from Konami. I feel like again she's kind of my rock. No pun intended. I feel like to me, I'm always like I can always rely on Konami, at least in my mind, to be like, oh, the guitar work on this is great. Like, gotta look towards Konami on this one. So, but yeah, I thought this was a great song. Definitely, I would probably put this like on the lower tier of my favorites so far. I definitely really enjoyed this one a ton. I think just to me, it was like a combination of like great vocals from Psyche, but as well as that, just kind of like the really nuanced and very interesting perspective on like the instrumentation. I think they did a really great job on this one. So I like this one a lot. I feel like I haven't really like delved into their albums in a fuller capacity, but I thought this one was really rad. So Biscuit, hello, thank you for coming through. Hopefully you made it home all right. Thanks for coming through. Gungi says, I would say this is more of an experimental album. I agree. The next album is when they start leaning into some progressive rock, but we're not there yet. The next song, Page, was a top 10 song, but got knocked out this year. Damn. Keeping a running tab. We love to see it. So speaking about Page encourages listeners to love and accept themselves, embracing change and creating a new chapter in their lives. It serves as a reminder to prioritize personal growth and self-empowerment. Very nice. And another ballad. Hey, not surprised. So let's let's check it out.
Don't wanna look there, look to the glass. Don't forget to love yourself.
Huh.
You can shine, hola,顔を上げて Start a new page. Oh, 一歩踏み出す顔に揺らして Oh, 私は私映ら世界が私を彩っていく Don't wanna look back, look to the glass. Don't forget to love yourself. 意識は笑う大丈夫自分をもっと解き放て Don't wanna look back I look to the glass The world at you are built 心の声を聞いて Please 鏡を映して Stay beautiful You should move it, move it Move it, move it 手がディープレスありのままがいいこの瞬間今だけでしか感じられないものがあるから I'll believe again Before again Don't wanna look down I look to the glass Don't forget to love yourself 心の声を聞いて Please 鏡を映して Stay beautiful You should move it, move it
All right, very cool. This was Band-Maid's page. If you're hanging out for the Band-Maid deep dive, thank you for hanging. I thought this was very nice. I enjoyed it. Gungi says, you know I love my ballads and love the message and encouragement the song gives. I also agree. So, Biscuit says that was so nice. Yes, I agree as well. I enjoyed this. This is very sweet. I feel like it represents this song very well, and obviously their band. So I appreciate that a ton. I also like that the guitars were split on this one. You had Miku doing acoustic guitar and Kanami doing the electric lead guitar work, which I know she's always done, but it was cool to hear kind of that split off between that. But I enjoyed it. I think like the vocals in the song were also really stand out. I feel like both, again, Miku and Saiki are a dynamic duo. So I love hearing them together, and I think that they both bring out the best in each other vocally. So I love hearing that and seeing that. But I enjoyed it. I think to me, like, I don't have a lot of commentary about this song because I just feel like it is a very specifically like rock ballady sort of song. It was very nice. It was gorgeously written. I think if there is only one thing I feel like I could point out about the song that I really liked was Kanami's guitar solo. I feel like that was incredible. So she did a great job on that, and I think it really just kind of adds the cherry on top to the song. So I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, I thought this was really good. I definitely enjoyed this one a lot. But again, I think they have traditionally, from the rock ballads that I've heard from them, I've enjoyed them. So very nice. Gangi says, we are now getting into my second favorite song of theirs. Wow. Okay. One word explaining Blooming is perfection. I wouldn't change anything about it. I love this song so much. Holy shit. Wow. That's cool. All right. Well, speaking of that, Blooming encourages personal growth, staying true to oneself, embracing the journey towards fulfillment and self-discovery. It portrays the struggle and contradictions along the way, while emphasizing the importance of unleashing one's full potential and allowing themselves to bloom. That is cool. I do like that message. So, speaking about bloom, let's check out Blooming.
時は地獄か赤い月がそっとさやくやめられないやめたくない I cannot do it 止められない止めたくない I cannot be stopped どこまででも追いかける解けない雪が桜へとひらひらと心に散るなんだと君がな正義に一歩踏み込んで真実が見えるまでまだまだまだまだ足りないうつくような想いがあの頃のまま叫ぶほどいて繋いでほら咲かせてよブルーミング実り多き繁栄
Oh, that drumming section, that was sick
話さ
earlier.
あればこそ道なき道の
Two hand tapping, nice.
And then I must go 満たされない満たされない I don't feel like it 憎しみが悲しみが愛しさが指をくす声に広がるあの日あの瞬間がそう取り戻す君今は信じてるまだ言葉一つ心を揺さぶられていく分かってた何度だってでもダメなの飲み込んだ言葉が時計のよう胸に刺さる見つけた気づいてもう抜け出せはしない
That was a blistering fucking solo. Holy shit. Another solo? Oh, wow. Holy shit. All right. This was Band-Maid's Blooming. Holy shit. Wow. I don't think I had heard this one. This one was gnarly. This is so good. Um, wow. This is not. I feel like this holds no punches. Like this song is like we get you right in and we're gonna get you right out. You know what I mean? It's very efficient. So I love that. This was great. I would definitely put this amongst my favorites as well. This was just high energy. This was high voltage. We love to see it. Psyche sounded incredible in this song. I feel like there were some cool moments. And I know she has done it because I've listened to some like of the more current Band-Maid stuff. But I love when she kind of does that like fast paced, like almost like borderline like rapping in some ways to her vocals. Like it just really is dynamically pleasing. I love hearing that. I know some metal artists do that, but not too many. The only other one that I can think of is Monique from Reclia. Go check them out. They're an Australian metal band. They're really sick too. But she's the only other one I can think of that does stuff like that, which I love. I also just, man, the dynamics of this chorus is so fucking good. Like it comes in, it is just brutal. in like the best way possible, but it just hits super fast paced, aggressive, punchy, in your face. Any other adjective you probably could use to describe it is just really fun. I enjoy it. I feel like Miku adds like this really kind of brightness to like Saiki's tone in the chorus as well. So I loved hearing that. She's like I said, I feel like I've always underrated Miku in this group, but I will say that I feel that she is just such a powerhouse of not only I think a guitar player, but as well as being another vocalist to the group. And again, I said it a lot in part one and part two, but just like how well she pairs with Psyche is just really, really good. And I hope that they never lose that dynamic, because I do feel like that's what makes this group definitely special in that aspect, because I feel like they lean on each other in a really beautiful way. And they both deliver exceptionally. So I love hearing that. But I've got to give the biggest the biggest of big salutes to Konami. I already liked her to begin with, but I feel like this one just takes it to another level for me. She is an insane guitar player. Um, the the first thought that I had about Konami in this song was like when and excuse me for being a little bit nerdy, but honestly, it reminds me of like when you find out as a kid when Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time, and you're just like, holy shit, the gloves are off. So I was like, God damn, man, she was crushing it. So that was sick. There's a lot of cool like technique. I love like the two-hand tapping, like a lot of the riffing and stuff. I just was like, damn, this was a cool. I won't be able to relive I will be able to relive this moment because the video will be out. But I feel like we were like, if I could turn back the hands of time and not listen to this song so that I could listen to it again for the first time, I feel like I would do that for this one, because it was like, holy shit. So it was cool. Guggy says I love that as well in regards to my comment about Psyche's like fast vocal tones. I appreciate that. Guggy says I'm shocked you hadn't heard this song. I am shocked too, honestly. And we are now getting into our final song from the Conqueror album. This is Catharsis. Was a special Christmas acoustic stream. Hey, okay, very nice, very nice. Shout outs to Blooming. If you haven't checked that out, would highly recommend. But we are moving on to Catharsis. This is the acoustic version. It explores themes of self-reflection, personal growth, and a desire for liberation. The lyrics convey a sense of restlessness and dissatisfaction with the status quo, expressing a longing to break free from monotony. Monotony. Sorry, I can't even read today. Monotony and limitations. Very nice. I don't know why I tried to pronounce it as monotony, but I got there. So anyway, let's check out Catharsis.
あと何百回だって繰り返しようようになって行き着くとこは後悔常
Enjoy. Very nice. This was Band-Maid's Catharsis, the acoustic version. Very nice. Gaki says this, or the original version is a good amount faster. That would make sense. And I actually watched this stream live when they aired it. Do you want me to look surprised? Because I could try. No, I'm just kidding. I'm genuinely not surprised at all. Gagi says I like this version a little bit more than the original. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I can't base it off the original since I have not listened to the original version of Catharsis, but I do like this. This was very nice. Like I've said earlier, I guess in regards to like acoustic songs, I like their takes on it. I think to me, like I'm always very, I guess, curious on the aspect that I wouldn't imagine them to like include Misa or Kane, since most, I feel like, acoustic songs, when I think of it, I'm thinking just acoustic guitars. But I actually love when I love the fact that they incorporate like the entirety of Band-Maid. You know, I feel like I like that it's not always assumed that is the full band, but I do appreciate that it is the full band. I don't know if they actually have songs where it's just like 3 of them on stage or what have you, but I really enjoyed this a lot. I think this is really gorgeously written. I think like the I would have to again compare it to the original in terms of like tempo, speed, but I really like kind of like the more laid back version of it. I feel like again, like you can tell that like Saiki's having such a great time, like, you know, singing these songs, performing it, and obviously the other members are as well. But like, there's just kind of like a relaxed nature to this song that I appreciate a ton. So I loved hearing that. As well as that, original the instrumentation of the song is really fun too. I love like the guitar work from both Konami as well as Miku. I think they both sound incredible together, and I think their tones that they use for their acoustic guitars are also very, very good in this track. So I like that. Um, but yeah, overall, I think this is a really solid song. Like the arrangement's really fun, very sweet. I really like the bridge. I also love that Akane was using like the wind chimes, like just before the last chorus. I thought it was cool, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I enjoyed this. This was a very, very, very solid song. So, which I again should expect nothing less, but I enjoyed them. So, Gagi says they do acoustic versions with only 2 or 3 of them. This year, they've also started doing ones with Saiki on the keyboard. Oh, wow. Okay. That is cool. That is cool. I know, if my memory serves me from part 1, I know, I'm pretty sure Kaname does piano and also Akane. I don't know. I know at least one of them are. So, Gunky says, "Are you ready to get emotional?" I'm always ready. I'm always ready. You're gonna get me to cry on stream. Crazy. Andy says, "Bye, y'all. Gotta go now." Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming through. Hopefully see you on Wednesday. All right. Well, we are moving on. We've got meaning of about us video. Okay. Stop at the 4-minute mark. This will be Saiki finishing her speech. She is done. After she is done, please listen to it around 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay. Very nice. All right. Well, I guess we are rolling back. So let's keep it moving. All right.
There aren't many bands that create songs specifically for their fans, even though each and every band couldn't continue to make music without their fan base. In 2020, the pandemic of COVID-19 struck us hard and forced us to stay home for a very long time.
Don't
A
remind
lot of
me.
us found a refuge in music and discovered Band-Maid during this period. On February 3rd, 2021, our favorite band released a song dedicated to their fans to help them live through these difficult times. But that's not all. A week later, Band-Maid performed an online concert, or online okuji, in a brand new venue in Tokyo, opened in November 2019, dedicated to live streaming and special effects with live theater equipment, named Haro Bedtai.
この晴れ舞台の、一番の武器がですね、あそこの前面にあるフュージョンウォール、こちらが常設している、これ今日本初という形です。それからこちらのライブ映像、世界配信が行うことができるということが、この晴れ舞台未来型劇場と歌っている一つであります。晴れ舞台という、名前の通りですね、そのステージに立ったキャストの方の一つの晴れ舞台として世界中に発信していってほしいなと願い思ってますので、より多くのアーティストが、世界に通用するアーティストがここから伝っていっていけるように全力でサポートしていきたいと思います。
Very
During
interesting.
this concert, Psyche presented Band-Maid's gift in a very emotional moment to their community of fans who are watching them from all over the world.
本当なら今日会えるはずでしたね。こう1年ぶりに皆さんに来れる人に会えると思ってたけど、会えなくなってしまってなんかすいません。私のせいではないですが、約1年前から怒涛の日々が続いてて、最初は初めてのことだからすごいびっくりしたし、人とは会えない、対面できないっていうことって全然なかったから、悲しみの方が最初大きかったけど、私たちが悲しんでいる場合じゃないなっていうので、ご主人様お嬢様のが気持ちが SNS とかで見てたら、みんなの方がすごく気が病んでいて、これはいけないなと、みんなのためにバンドメイドのメンバーみんなで元気づけたいなって思っていた1年でした。本当は日本武道館で会いたかったけど、まだコロナさん的にはダメみたいなので、また会える日を待ちましょう。そしてこの1年というか、コロナ禍を経験してみんなを勇気づけたいっていう気持ちになって、バンドメイドメンバーみんなで考えたのは、やっぱり曲を届けるっていうことが大事なんだねっていう風になったので、武道館に向けた曲を作った次第です。アルバムもコロナ禍で制作してたので、そういう気持ちも、少しは多少は入ってると思いますが、この1曲は日本武道館でやるはずだったし、ご主人様お嬢様に届けたいなと思った曲です。武道館は通過点でゴールではないので、まだまだもっと広い会場の場所でするし、連れてってあげるし、もっともっといい曲を届けてあげるので、もう少し元気に頑張りましょう。では、ご主人様お嬢様に 届けます。聞いてください。
Yes, Psyche was
All right. Wow. Okay. Um, let's see. So we finished that, and then the next one on here is About Us. Gungi says that they love this song. It's definitely one that gets him emotional. Wow. Okay. Seems to be the next focus on here. So let's check out About Us then.
I wonder how they are doing now. 夢の中 It makes me feel nostalgic. たとえ遠く My heart will always be with you. 離れていても明日が見えない不安に溺れていて何もできない不甲斐なくてただ切にただただ切に願う日常もろと日々変わってくこの広い世界でも僕らは生きる大丈夫こらここにいる一人じゃない Very good Whatever happens, don't feel the distance. あの頃 It makes me feel nostalgic. たとえ今は accept some of they are 会えない日々でも叫びは思うばかりでも動けなくってぶつけようのない心の行方ただどうかただただどうかふざかないで花の先また生まれるよこの道の世界新しい夜明け大丈夫こらここにいる一人じゃない Very good always 帰りじゃまたね世界の隅で夢を見るよ信じて I will let you like up with my boy いやでもまだずっとこれからもっとまだまだきっと出会い別れ繰り返し心が叫ぶ意味ではないあの時から続く思いなきここにいるよ Yeah, we won't forget this day 愛を抱いて会えない日々でも僕らは育ってくんだ変わらない気持ちちゃんと包んでただ前へただただ前へ差し伸べるよ暗闇に笑顔ともそうこの青い世界未来を作るんだ大丈夫こらみんないる一人じゃないありがとうこれからも
All right, very nice. This was Bandmaid's About Us. Very cool, very cool. Gungi says that they wrote this song for the fans. Very nice. Yeah, I remember hearing that in the video we just watched. So that's very sweet. I love that. Um, this was a really beautiful song. I think also to me, I loved that. I love that to me. It's like I appreciate like fan songs, whether it's I know we listen to a multitude of different genres, but um I do love fan songs. I feel like for me, especially if I'm not familiar with like the fan base at all, um, I feel like there is something I feel like to me, that I love is that like there is always been, and I hope that it will continue to be. I wouldn't imagine it wouldn't be this way going further, but I feel like there's such a camaraderie and community in music, right? And I think to me it's like um I guess for myself, and I obviously can't speak for Chad at all, but I think for me music has always been my opportunity to be myself. I found myself in music, um and ultimately inspired me to do this, to stream, to do music, talk about music, because it's always made an impact on me. And I feel that with songs like this, I think we often talk about how much bands influence us and, have grown on us and made us better people, or, inspired us to do things or to like keep on pushing, and those are all great messages and all things to live by. And I would hope that y'all continue to live by those things. But I also feel like to me, it's like, I think it's like we feel that we have an impact on them and vice versa. I think that these, especially songs like this, I think resonate with the artist more, because I'm like, well, you have to figure how much of an impact that fans have on what they do, right? Like they wouldn't be where they're at unless they do that. And so I feel like it is such a crucial ecosystem of things where it's like, I think like the artist appreciates what the fans do for them and the fans appreciate what the artists do for them. And I think it's very cyclical. It's very, it's very healing in some ways, and so I feel like this song definitely shares that sort of powerful message of like, um, again, really kind of showing that love in both ways. So I think it's such a beautiful thing. I obviously hope that artists continue on with that. But I really appreciate this song, and I'm sure it gets a lot of love, certainly from the fans, certainly. But I feel like anybody can resonate with that as well. So really gorgeous song, beautiful. Um, Enjoyed this one a lot. So very nice. Gunky says, "Are you ready for the hard rocking songs again? This next song is Warning. It's like a punch in the face after About Us." That's fair. Warning is a powerful declaration of self-determination and resistance against societal pressures and expectations. So very nice. I feel like the song is very fitting. So this next one is Warning.
ゃが全てまだ笑えないのせいじゃ救えない中身だけいるお兄さんこちらへ手のなるかすべかりでピンと合わないまやかし叫びは消せない人生に一生懸命もがいて生きている女性がスマートなんて誰もわかんない
All right. Very cool. This was Band-Maid Warning. If you're hanging out for the deep dive, thank you. Appreciate you. This was very cool. I enjoyed this one a lot. Let's see. Guggy says, starting with About Us, we are now in the Unseen World album. Very nice. This album came out during COVID, so I listened to it a ton. That would make sense. I enjoyed this. This is a very I want to say this is a very straightforward song, right? Like I think this one to me feels like the no frills version of Band-Maid. You know what I mean? It's like a hard-hitting, very in your face, a little bit, punchy in the only way I feel like Band-Maid could do it. Punchy. And I like that. But I feel like the instrumentation is solid. It's very good. But I don't think it also is doing like anything that I wouldn't have expected them to do anyway. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the riffs kind of have a more like rock, like hard rock, maybe like a little bit of metal tonality to it. But I enjoyed it. It's very fun, very fast paced. Like the drumming on this was also really good. Again, from Akane. I really liked the dueling vocals between Saiki and Miku. Obviously, I've mentioned it a bunch of times at this point already, and I probably will more as we go on. But I felt like this one was the one where I felt like it was more of an exchange between vocals. Like Saiki was doing some stuff, then you hear like Miku in the back doing like a little bit of a clap back sort of moment, and then you have obviously Saki doing more vocals. So it was cool kind of seeing like the trade-off between them two. So I like that. I know that they have done it before, but I think this one seemed like the most like vocally demanding from both of them. Like they seemed like they were just putting a lot of energy towards it. So I love that. But yeah, I definitely like that. It's like a really, again, fast-paced song. I feel like this would go really well on for all my video game lovers. I feel like it would go on like a Need for Speed, or like some sort of like Burnout game. You know what I mean? Like I would imagine that being on this. Like if I was to like think of it like a video game franchise that would work under, that's what I'm thinking of. Or like maybe potentially like a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game or something. Like those are the type of releases that helped out my formative years of getting into alternative music. So like I owe them a lot of love for like putting me on to some really great music at the time, and still go back and listen to them from time to time. But I feel like this one definitely would fit on like that type of like gaming thing. If I'm thinking of like older era Brandon, that's what I'm thinking of. So very cool. I enjoyed it. Gaki says that this is the type of song that makes you want to hit the gas and speed while driving. That's fair. I could see that. So very nice. We are moving on to the next one, which is Afterlife. Afterlife is an exploration of the existential struggle and emotional turbulence that many people face. The song opens with a sense of uncertainty and frustration as the lyrics, "I wonder, not yet, I'm fed up," suggest a feeling of being stuck in a repetitive, unfulfilling cycle. The metaphor of a merry-go-round that spins every 3 seconds further emphasizes the monotony and lack of direction in life. That's fair. So, and Gunky says, I really enjoyed this MV. It's kind of funny. Oh, okay. Let's get into it then. Ooh, the sweep picking. Nice. All right, very nice. This is Band-Maid's Afterlife. Very cool, very cool. I enjoyed this one a lot. I think this is probably gonna be amongst my favorites that we've listened to so far from them. I just love like this. This is like classic Band-Maid. You know what I mean? It's got like the really kind of like punchy, aggressive, like fun lyricism that they use. I love like the really kind of again very metal like that da 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 da, like it just like that type of guitar riff. Just I feel like my brain naturally associates with kind of Band-Maid already to begin with, so I loved hearing that. I think it's very aggressive, very Band-Maid-esque, so I love that. The chorus is really catchy. I love the chorus. I think like the instrument, the like hooks in that chorus are just so fun, so memorable. I like kind of again that call and response between Miku as well as Psyche. I feel like that's so much fun, and it's always an enjoyable part of that song. And I feel like I always connect with that one section, so I loved hearing that. The guitar solo was insane by Konami. I feel like she has been just chef's kiss. She's been crushing it, so I love hearing that. I would also agree with Gungi. I feel like in some parts, like the MV is a little crazy, but like I feel that like sometimes I feel like I look at that MV and I'm like, you know what, I resonate with that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that on some days, so I get it certainly. But I enjoyed this a lot. This was just like I said, very typical, but like in a good way, typical like Band-Maid. Like this is the type of sound I feel like I generally associate with them. So I loved hearing that. But yeah, this was chef's kiss. Also the mix on this, heavy. I love it. Very full sounding. I feel like I gotta give a shout out to whoever was doing the production for this. They did a phenomenal job. It sounds huge. So great song. Love this one. Gungi says this album was a transition in their sound. So it's part of classic Band-Maid. So it's part classic Band-Maid and part progressive, and a newer sound. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, listen, you gotta ease people into it. So I respect that immensely. So, but yeah, enjoyed the song. This is, like I said, very traditional, very classic. Like, if we've got classic Band-Maid, I feel like this would be it. So, very cool, very cool. All right, so we're watching the same video, but two different songs. We are watching both Manners and Black Hole. So I feel like I'll give the notes on both of these since they're in the same video. Manners portrays a theme of growth and perseverance, encouraging listeners to break free from societal norms and expectations. I feel like they do that a lot, but that's cool. Lyrics express the determination to challenge oneself and explore new territories, represented as the unseen world. The band emphasizes the everlasting nature of their music, claiming that their rock will never die. And then Black Hole is one of Gunky's top 10 songs. Black Hole serves as an exploration of the human condition, inviting listeners to confront their fears and curiosity about existence, time, and the unknown. Hey, let's go. Gunky says, you did watch this a year or two ago. You probably won't remember. We're going to try. I'm gonna jog. I'm going to get the cobwebs off. The gears are going to be turning. So let's check it out. All right, very cool. This is Manners from Band-Maid. We will check out Black Hole in just a moment. Um, I think it was Gunky that said that they said they took more of a progressive sound on this release as a collective. Um, I feel like for me, I could see where you're coming from. I think from my personal opinion on these songs, like obviously half part classic Band-Maid sound, half part like um it kind of sits in, I don't want to say a weird spot, but it definitely, the first things that came to mind was it kind of feels like a little bit more closer of a modern interpretation of like classic rock music with some like metal like accents to the song, right? And what I mean by that is like I think some of the riffs, like some of the choices in the song feel very classic rock inspired, which is great. I grew up listening to a ton of classic rock, so I like appreciate the familiarity to these songs, and I like that. Even like some of like the ways that they kind of stylized both Miku's voice and Saki's voice, with like again having Miku do like the la 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 parts, definitely reminds me a lot of like classic rock in certain aspects. So I like that. But yeah, I don't know. I personally probably wouldn't put this in the progressive category. Then again, like I feel like my definition of progressive rock music is probably different. But and maybe there are songs that are maybe a little bit more on that progressive side, certainly. So I don't want to. I want to count my chickens before they hatch, certainly. But I felt like this one was a little bit more straightforward rock, and that's great. I have no problems with that. But I enjoyed it. I like the groove. The groove is fun. I like that beginning section with Misa and Akane. I thought that was really sick. I like how they started the song off. I feel like most bands do not start off songs like that, so I thought that was a nice change of pace, and it was cool. But yeah, I enjoyed it overall. I don't feel like I have really strong commentary for or against it. I liked it. I feel like it kind of just sits right in the middle for me. There's definitely moments of the song that I appreciate and I like, but it wasn't like one of those ones where I was like, you know what, this one stands out to me more. So who knows? Gogi says, sadly, we won't be listening to the more progressive songs on this album. Damn. And asked if I was ready for the fastest and most chaotic song. I am excited. I'll be honest, I was trying to rack my mind to see if I could remember this song. I feel like I do remember Manners, but I'm curious if I can remember Black Hole or not. So we'll get into it right now.
This is the one I call the black hole, you know?
Oh, I remember this one. total. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. All right, this was Band-Maid's Black Hole. Very nice. Gungi says, I love this song. I love how frantic it is. I also agree. I do remember this one. It's weird. I do remember these two songs. I remember making I think I made probably pretty similar faces. Um, but let's see. Gunky says, I can't confirm because I never looked into it, but I know one reaction video I watched where the reactor said Akane simplified the drums some on this live performance. I feel like potentially I could see what they're talking about, but I do feel like I feel like this song to me is like still very very melodically fun, and I think there's I don't want to say there's a hard line for me on weird songs because there's probably some songs that I've listened to that are just like out there. Um, but I think for me, like this, I think this is like very much chaotic. I will say I 100% agree with that. But I do feel like there's definitely some moments in the song where like you have things to grasp onto about this track that I really appreciate. I would say probably the most I felt like the most part of the song where I was like, "Ooh, this like really works." I would definitely say it is the chorus. I feel like the chorus is kind of the grounding point to the rest of the song, where I think they kind of went a little bit more out there, a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more intense, and that's fine. You know, I think the verses definitely stand their ground, certainly, and like other elements of the song, the bridge, like I definitely think there's moments in this song where I was just like, "Damn!" Like there's a lot of interesting things going on. I will say I think probably some of the more interesting parts of this song was I feel like people would automatically assume that the instrumentation is crazy, and I would agree with them. I 100% agree with that statement. Um, but I think what kind of took me by surprise about this song a little bit was the vocals. I think that is equally as chaotic, if not maybe a little bit more chaotic. And like, not that they're singing like out of key or like super high pitched or like flat or whatever. Like they're still very much in key. I think to me, what's interesting is like what melody lines that they chose. Like I feel like Psyche had like a similar sort of tone to her voice, like obviously mixed it up a little bit throughout the entirety of the song, but she also kind of had like she didn't go like crazy with like showing off like the lowest of lows in her range and like the highest of highs in her range. I like that there's kind of like a groundedness to it. I feel like Miku added like a little bit of interesting vocals over top to kind of make it interesting as well, and like maybe throw off like that melodic sound. um I don't feel like it hits like a dissonance to it as well, so I appreciate that. But I really enjoyed this. I thought this was very fun again all around. A second time around. I will say the only time that it really kind of gets like a little bit more hectic in the song is definitely like when they're doing like the like ascending descending riffs. Like it definitely kind of gives you that wonky feeling, so I appreciate that a ton. But I definitely enjoyed this. This was a good one. So I thought that was sick, so definitely enjoyed it. This was rad. So let's see. Gunky says control chaos, and then also said if it's possible we should try to get through video 54, which is HGK. Okay, perfect. I think we should be fine. I would imagine we would make it by that point. So All right. Well, we're gonna keep it moving here. Looks like the next one is No God. No God serves as an anthem for those navigating complexities of life, encouraging them to embrace their emotions and confront their past and strive for a brighter future. Very nice. Guggy says the further we get is better. I definitely think we'll get to. I mean, if we can get, I don't know how much you want to get into the like part 4, because I know we still have some for I was gonna say Friday. We still have some for Wednesday, so I don't know how long those videos are, but I think as long as we get right around 20, I think they should be fine. But all right, well, let's get into No God next. Let's check this out. Wow. These live videos are intense. He was getting up there. Holy shit. All right, very cool. This was Band-Maid No God. Very cool, very cool. Let's see. Gunky says, even band members enjoy performing this song live. Yeah, they do. I love seeing that. That's so cool. And maybe a little after HGK, we could do a song or two, or we can end at that point. Honestly, we'll probably be at that 20 song mark, so probably be pretty good. Sarah says, last class of the semester got out early, so I have returned. Thanks for coming back. Also, Gunky says this is a fan favorite live performance song. Very nice, very nice. I enjoyed this a lot. Very fun, very energetic. Um, I really loved. I really loved the vibes of this one. Like, obviously, performance was incredible. Also, cool. Like, again, cool stage. Would love to see a show here. I don't know where it was recorded at, but seems like a cool venue. I think to me, like, and I think I've mentioned it before, but like, I think a lot of the true love that I think I have for certain songs is just like seeing bands perform it and just like enjoy. You can tell that they enjoy the performance. I feel like for this one, you can obviously tell that the band was enjoying the song. I feel like they enjoy a lot of their songs, but I would say with this one specifically, I was like, damn, like you could just tell they had just big grins across their faces and enjoying the vibe. So love seeing that. I love the vocals in this. I think the vocals are really incredible. Saiki has been doing awesome, but I also got to give a shout out to Miku again. Her voice is incredible. I don't know how she hits some of those like really, really, really like high register stuff that like I'm sure Saiki doesn't even touch. But it's crazy. Like there is definitely a moment in the song where I was like, damn, she's really going up an octave. Like it sounded nuts. So I definitely loved that. That was really cool. I also really enjoyed kind of like again like the instrumentation of the song. That like little bit of like I love that little bit of bass solo from Misa. That was sick. I love like the way that she incorporates kind of like the slapping and popping from the bass tone is so sick. And I love how it kind of feels like a bigger portion of like their like live setup, so I love that. I also couldn't tell with this one specifically, but I have noticed with previous ones is that normally she has like a guitar pick, like, and she's usually playing like this, and then she like swaps to like her like more of like a claw setup where she puts her like I don't know how she does it, but like she puts like the pick in her palm and then like slaps and pops like the strings. Crazy. I don't know how she loses a ton of picks. Maybe she does. I don't know, but I feel like I had to point that out. But I enjoyed that song a lot. This one is a banger live from what I could tell. So very, very cool. So, all right, we shall keep it moving. The next one we got is Hungai. Hungai is a song that explores themes of longing, desire, and the complexities of human emotions. So let's keep it moving. What a cool intro. guitar and bass matched up.
君じゃ過剰に息が追いつけない待てないだってもう我慢できるよ報われたい恋なんて大嫌いで離せない朝早く明日のは自分 Yeah, yeah, yeah 受け分けたらもう少し上手に笑ってI just realized このまま虚像に夢中になって前に進めない手を離そうでもよく似てるんだわくでもないと Until I achieve all that is real
Oh, that was cool. All right, this was Band-Maid's Honkai. Very nice, very nice. I like this. The intro was sick. Shout outs to both Akane as well as Misa. That was really sick. They work so well together. It's crazy. So I loved hearing that. I also really appreciate, and I think you could really only hear it for like the first part of Honkai, and then you could also hear it subsequently in the post-chorus riffs. I noticed this a lot. I noticed actually in the solo, Misa was using a couple different effects, which I thought were cool. One, I think she was using some sort of like fuzz pedal. She was also using some sort of like wah pedal, from what I could gather, just like that, like because she had that like wah, 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 like kind of tone, very like Charlie Brown's Parents type energy, you know. But I like that tone. I think that's really cool. Also, it sounded great with the bass. I also noticed specifically in like I said, that beginning portion in the like solo at the beginning, but as well as that in the two post choruses, I noticed that the song really has like an insane fullness at the end, and I think it's because she's using some sort of like octave pedal or something, which I thought was really sick. It kind of adds this really cool like bright tone to the bass, but then also is very complementary to the guitars, which again kind of hit in a similar sort of tonal pattern. So I feel like the bass had like more, I don't know, the bass had more push to it in this song, so I definitely appreciate that a lot. And I think that obviously it shows, if there was any question, how much of a key player that Misa is on the bass. So I loved hearing her in that section. I feel like she definitely made the song her own on this one. I like the guitar solo from Kaname. I thought that was also really sick. Drumming was incredible by Akane as well. Like I said, she's the master of switching the rhythm up, but like the rest of the members could stay the same and her rhythm pattern could change entirely, and it just makes the song different. So I loved hearing that. But yeah, I feel like, to me, as much as I really like the vocals in this song, I feel like to me this was definitely a show of talent from the instrumental side of things. So I thought this was really sick. Definitely, probably one of my favorites as well. I know I saw Uni said that this is one of their favorites, so I would also concur as well. So Gunky says this was another last minute addition to the deep dive. Very nice, very cool, very cool. Glad it made it to the final cut, the Gunky cut. So, all right, well, we're gonna keep it moving. The next two, I did not know we were doing two versions of the same song, but I thought it was very interesting. Gunky says, if you remember, I said I have a soft spot for Miku, so it explains part as why I love the next two songs, the same song. This one is Sayonara. Oh, again, not Sayonara. Sayona Kidori. Hopefully, I again did not butcher that too much. This captures the essence of human emotion, portraying the complexities of love, loss, and the passage of time. And we'll also be checking out the acoustic version. Gunky says that they really like the acoustic version, but wanted everyone to hear the original release as well. So we will be checking out the original release, and the acoustic version. So we'll be listening to the same song twice, which I don't know if we've done it. Gunky says you butchered it, but I will give you a pat. Thank you, senpai. Appreciate it. So, anyway, let's keep it moving.
今会えない夜を越えて胸に潜めた思い出が突然ふっと蘇るの心は奪われて心は奪われたままダンスのさほんの少し願ってみたのでもねダンスのさあの日のことを忘れないでしょ毎日を巡るたび心は何もかも追い越してしまうの冷めないでこのままの真夜中でずっとずっとずっとずっと悲しい気持ちも揺れる瞳も連れてゆくから今愛を見つけた愛は置いてかないで夢の中会いたくても会いに行けない時はただ過ぎてゆく会えない夜を越えて胸に潜めた思い出が突然ふっと蘇るの心は奪われて心は奪われたまま止まらないサーキュレーション詰まる呼吸不甲斐ないんだよそれでもまだサーキュレーションバレたくない笑ってみたのどこまでも境界線が形のない夏も求めてもいい子なんかなれない物語抱きしめて眠るまでもっともっともっともっと強く他じゃ違うの今じゃダメなの飲み込まれてくもう愛に出会えた愛に消えてしまうんだ胸の中会いたくても会いには来ない思いあの日のまま会えない夜を越えて胸に潜めた思い出が突然ふっと蘇るの心は奪われて心は奪われてゆく
Oh, I like that descending riff. Cool.
「ただ愛に溺れた愛は思い出すんだ夢の後」「さよならさえ愛してたよ」「一人目を閉じたの」「会えない夜を越えてこぼれ落ちてた思い出は」「大人になんてなれなくていい」
All right. Very cool. This was Band-Maid's. I'm not gonna try to pronunciate it. Here you go. You can read it. Since I will most likely butcher it. So very nice. Um Gagi says, for the high notes of this song, Kanami pushed Miko to her vocal limit. Would agree. And another one of my top 10 Band-Maid songs. Hey, let's go. Let's go. I enjoyed this a lot. I understand why Gunki loves the Miku songs. They are really good. I do like that she has her own moment in the sun. I think I made a very similar comment when we checked out another Miku song. But I feel like for me, what I find very impressive is that like I do think that the instrumentation still reliably remains like a Band-Maid song, but it is interesting from the perspective of like um I love that like to me from what I could gather, it's so cool seeing um how different the songs are, I think, in a vocal capacity, right? Like, I think everybody has a familiarity to how Saki sounds, which is great. She's an incredible vocalist, but like, I do feel like Miku has like, and I try to give her obviously as much love as I possibly can in like the other Band-Maid songs, certainly. But I feel like for her voice, it's so like she has such a bright tonality that I really like. That I like to hear in her song specifically, right? Like I think to me, like I think the brightness of her vocal tone really shines through in these songs. And I love to hear that because again, she's got such a great vocal tone that it's always fun to hear and like obviously again grow her like vocal fortitude that much more so. So I love hearing that. I think again it's such a um cool kind of peer into the looking glass almost. But yeah, I would say the instrumental is very strong in the song. I wouldn't treat it any differently to that of other Band-Maid songs that I've really enjoyed. But I think to me like the real difference maker, at least for this song specifically, was definitely like Miku's voice, and I really love her tone. I think she's got a great job, and you could tell like especially for this song, you could tell she was like trying to give it her all. So I loved hearing that. I would say probably my favorite part of this song specifically was the bridge. I loved the bridge in the song. I thought it was incredible. So very cool. We're gonna be you're not hearing things. We are gonna be checking out the song again, but we're gonna be listening to it with the acoustic version. So very nice. Gunky says she gets to perform at least one of her songs at each concert. Very nice. And Konami likes to write songs that pushes everyone to their limits so they can grow and do even more. Well, I feel like that's a necessary evil. So love to see it. So all right, well let's listen to the same song but acoustic.
今会えない夜を越えて胸に潜めた思い出が突然ふっと蘇るの心は奪われて心は奪われたまま 大人になんてなれなくていい心は奪われて心は奪われたまま重ねた言葉繋いだ手とでもう少しだけも塞いだ泡に消えてもエゴでもいい心壊せないの赤く染めてくでこぼこのままどうか願いかな心は奪われたまま
All right, very nice. This was Sayana Kitadori. Hopefully, I did a better job of pronunciating it, but very cool. We did just listen to it, but this is the acoustic version. So I guess I'll keep my commentaries brief. I definitely liked both versions. The acoustic version is very sweet. I feel like the songs kind of bring out different emotions. I feel like this one is more tender in the way that it's approached, which I appreciate, and I feel like the original version of it, Sai yo Nokadori. Okay, very nice. Or something like that. Okay. Close enough. We're in the ballpark. Anyway, I thought to me, I felt like the first version, the original version, definitely has more of a, I don't know, it has like a more of a bright energy to it, and I like that. Like, I think there's just, like, it kind of feels like the emotions are kind of more like out there, more brighter. And I feel like this one is definitely a little bit more tender in its approach, and I like that. I think the two versions definitely obviously can stand on their own and have different meanings. So I loved hearing that. I thought that was really cool. Something else I really enjoyed about the song was I noticed that Akane was doing vocals in the song, which I thought was really cool. I can't remember if there's been another song where she's done vocals on this, but I really liked her voice. I was kind of surprised that Konami was not in the song, but I feel like the three ladies on the screen here did a great job of holding it down. But I really enjoyed both versions. I feel like if I really had to choose, I definitely like the original version. But this is, I mean, honestly, it's a very close second. I think they both have different, obviously, meanings and feelings, but attached to both of them. But I enjoyed both of them pretty equally, I would say. So, Goki says, I definitely like the original more, but I really like the acoustic as well. But Uni says, same Brandon, prefer the original, but both were great. Yeah. Like I said, I had it, honestly, if either one of them came up on my streaming, I would listen to both. They both be incredible. So, all right, very cool. I think we'll probably end it off with this one because it looks like Gunky've got 74. It's a total of 74, and we would stop at 54. So I feel like this would be sick. We will do Sense after. Okay, if you want to do that, we could do that. That would be at 55, though. So then we'll have 19 videos left, I believe. So, all right. Well, we've got two more then. This is HGK, the acoustic version. It's named after the Turkish bomb with the same name, explores themes of self-expression, rebellion, and a desire for freedom. The lyrics reflects a sense of empowerment and defiance. Very interesting. All right. Another acoustic. Let's check it out. God, you got more?
What do you want? Scenarioなんか Just wanna dance 破り燃やして覆すよ飲んで感情過ぎてゆくの表情素敵な夢を見て眠るの
An unquenchable thirst.
を飾って軸に回れ制御できない飲ましつかも飲まし全部も飲まし You make your own way 全部すり抜けて消えればいい The promise just keeps burning up 胸をさすだけのエクセリアン Cause it all that's true I could the fingers go together 汗目が張ってるんだもうどうかしてるかいないの Everybody needs to prove out I could the fingers go together ちょうだい Almost easy now 知らなかった星に踊らせたいの叫べ You like a rock star 嘘の気持ち飲み込んで本当はの気持ちに釘を刺したね本当にそれでいいのって無垢な狂気で見つめないでよ夢で見たあの景色にえぐるほど鮮烈な瞬間を光外れる世界が死んだ予感なとは鳴りやまない I could the fingers go together 汗目が張ってるんだもうどうかしてるかいないの Everybody needs to prove out I could the fingers go together ちょうだい Almost easy now 知らなかった星に踊らせたいの叫べ You like a rock star
All right, very cool. This was Band-Maid's HGK. If you're hanging out, thank you for hanging out. We've got one more after this. Cookie says, I have a plan on Wednesday if there is time, and there is always more. I feel like your thirst is unquenchable, you know? We have a like 74 video playlist, but hey, it's all good. I'm just poking fun. Guggy says, I added and removed this song from the playlist so many times I finally said screw it and left it on. Hey, fair enough. I enjoyed this. This was very nice. I'm curious, I guess, did they ever release a original version of this song, like a non-acoustic version? I feel like it would be hard to kind of compare it in that aspect, but I enjoyed it. This is a very cool song. I think like I said about some previous songs, I really think that they're I really love like the experimentation on like the instrumentation for this group. Like I think this song specifically was like the more intense songs, I feel like, in terms of instrumentation from start to finish. I loved like the kind of like more dueling guitar work from Miku as well as Konami. I feel like they just worked out really well together, so I appreciate that a ton. But I also love how they all kind of like work in tandem together. There was like a cool kind of like camaraderie between both like Misa and Konami in terms of like switching off, like having like Misa kind of pop through the song a little bit more, or like having like a Konami do like a little bit more of her lead stuff in that section, or like you obviously had Akane maybe kind of filling in the gaps with like some little drum fills. I thought that was really cool. I also noticed that throughout the song as a whole, all the members were contributing a little bit of vocals. I thought that was really cool. I don't know if they've had a song where they've actually had like more differentiation from the vocals. I thought that would be really cool. Obviously, I love both, Miku as well as Saiki, but I am curious in terms of if they've had more moments like that live other than acoustic versions. But otherwise, enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. I think the arrangement was really sick for the song, but I would definitely like to give a listen to the original, so I have to check that out. Gage says they never released the original version. Definitely has a different feel. The original version on video, I mean, there's also the last song we are doing from Unseen. This is also the last song we are doing from Unseen Worlds. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right, very cool. All right, we're going to move on to the last one, which is Sense. Sense is the anthem of resilience, hope, and encouraging listeners to embrace their fate and strive for a life of meaning and happiness, no matter the obstacles they have encountered. This is the opening song for the anime Platinum End. Ooh, okay. And Sense is the first song from the Unleash EP. Okay, very nice. All right, let's check out Sense then. Giving a little Castlevania. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Crazy. What an ending. Holy shit. All right, very cool. This was Band-Maid's Sense. You're hanging out for a deep dive. Appreciate you watching. Connie says, "Ooh, I like this already," and wow, so good. I would agree, Connie. I like this one a lot. The first of all, gotta give the biggest of big shout outs to Akane. The drumming on this was so good. There was a lot of cool like double bass techniques that she was doing. I like she was doing like the typical like straight beat of like hitting the double bass like back and forth. I thought that was really sick. You can hear it for probably about like 70% of the song, if not 80% of the song, which is crazy. And then she kind of threw like triplets in there in some parts of the song, which I thought was crazy. So I loved hearing that. The guitar work was incredible. The bass work was also insane as well. But this is just like a very high octane, high intensity song. Again, what I would attribute to Band-Maid as a collective. So I'm not really surprised by that, but I feel like this does everything right that I feel like Band-Maid typically does in their musicality. But I don't know, I feel like their songs always feel different but still have a lot of the same ethos of what like makes some of their other songs just so good, right? I think just like the really high energy, high octane songs, the things that I feel like drive kind of more of their metal tonality in the song is just so sick. Like it's just really, really well produced, well put together. I loved Kaname's guitar playing in this. I think she's incredible. The solo on this song was absolutely bonkers. But I really enjoyed this a lot. This was probably amongst my favorites of tonight as well. It's just blistering from start to finish, and I don't feel like it really lets up as a collective. So I definitely enjoyed this. I think we ended the stream on a high note, certainly, but I definitely enjoyed this one a ton. So this was like a 9 out of 10 for me, certainly. So very nice. Gagi says, I love the ending of this song, and we are in 2022 right now. Hey, let's go. Okay. Very cool. Well, I believe this is probably the best stopping point here. So very cool. If you've joined us for the Band-Maid deep dive, we've got one more stream left. So come back on Wednesday. We'll be finishing it out. So much love to you. And then the following week, we'll be making our way into Momoland. So if you like K-pop, we'll be back on the K-pop listening train. So come join. Would love to see you there. And then we have a holiday stream. So if you're on part of Discord, feel free to recommend me some holiday songs. They can be K-pop. They can be not. I know last year we did a good majority of them. So you know, if it isn't that, that's fine. I'll make an exception. If you've got one that you feel like is a classic, you know, holiday song that you listen to every year, be down to listen to it. If it isn't one that I've already heard, I mean, even if it is, that's cool too. But yeah, just want to kind of get into the holiday spirit. So come join. And that's about it. I've got, like I said, for the rest of the year, those streams are pretty much done. I know Kaylee's pretty close to hitting their 100,000 channel points, and then I imagine we'll probably do that next year in 26. And then I have my closeouts for the end of the end of the streaming year. So we'll be doing that as well. One will be more of an alternative, heavy, anything non K-pop related, and then I'll obviously have one that's more K-pop adjacent. So very cool. That's about it. If you like the content, come join live. I do these every Monday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we'd love to see you in chat. I think that's all my plugs for tonight, I think. Gagi says Band-Maid is their own genre, is what some say, except a few exceptions. All their songs sound like Band-Maid, but are also different, unlike a band like... Wow, why are you throwing some shade to Nickelback? Jeez. What did they do to you? Connie says, I'm so excited for the holiday stream. I love Christmas. Hey, let's go. We do listen to K-pop, Gunky. I know. Shocker. Birdie told me someone put equal loves. Not surprised on holiday streams. Let's go. All right. Well, very cool chat. Appreciate everyone that stuck around and hung out. I guess we'll see you all on Wednesday for the last bit of Band-Maid. So thanks again, and see you on Wednesday. Bye, chat. See you later.